Welcome dear students. In this lecture we are going to talk about another type of the nucleic acid, which is the ribonucleic acid, abbreviated as RNA. Now what is RNA? RNA is basically a biopolymer which is formed by the combination of the small repeating units which are called as the ribonucleotides. So ribonucleotides are the monomers, and when large number of these monomers are joined together, then a biopolymer ribonucleic acid is produced. What is a ribonucleotide? A ribonucleotide is basically a combination of the three parts. So ribonucleotide basically consists of three chemical subunits. One of them is a pentose sugar consisting of 5 carbon atoms, which is ribose. So this one is ribose. The other one is the nitrogenous base. That nitrogenous base may be adenine or guanine, which are purines, or uracil or cytosine, which are the pyrimidines. Thymine is absent in the RNA. Now my dear students, the nitrogenous base is attached with the carbon number 1 of the pentose sugar through the glycosidic linkage, and with the carbon number 5 of this pentose sugar, phosphate group is present. So this complete assembly of the three units, that is called as a ribonucleotide. So ribonucleotide consists of three parts: a ribose sugar, a nitrogenous base, and a phosphate group. When only nitrogenous base and ribose sugars are attached together without phosphate group, then this unit is called as the ribonucleoside. So what is the difference between the ribonucleotide and ribonucleoside? Ribonucleotide consists of three chemical subunits: pentose sugar, which is ribose, nitrogenous base, and phosphate group, while the ribonucleoside consists of only two chemical subunits: pentose sugar and the nitrogenous base. And when the ribonucleoside is attached with one phosphate group or two phosphate group or three phosphate group, then it results in the ribonucleotides, which are the monomers of the RNA. Now types of ribonucleotides and ribonucleosides. When adenine is bonded with the ribose sugar, this is a ribonucleoside which is called as adenosine. Guanine and ribose are attached, it is a ribonucleoside which is guanosine. Now thymine and ribose are bonded, and this is a ribonucleoside which is thymidine. Cytosine and ribose are bonded, and it is a ribonucleoside which is cytidine. So how many types of the ribonucleosides are there? There are four types of the ribonucleosides: adenosine, guanosine, thymidine, and cytidine. And my dear student, when adenosine, which is a ribonucleoside, it attaches with one phosphate group, then adenosine monophosphate, it is a ribonucleotide which is obtained. If adenosine joins with the two phosphate groups, adenosine diphosphate, and when it joins with the three phosphate groups, then adenosine triphosphate, and ATP molecule is produced. So ATP chemically is basically a ribonucleotide, and it is a source of the energy. It acts as a link between the catabolism and anabolism in the human body. Similarly, guanosine monophosphate, guanosine diphosphate, guanosine triphosphate, these are three ribonucleotides produced from the guanosine ribonucleoside. Thymidine monophosphate, thymidine diphosphate, thymidine triphosphate, these are three ribonucleotides produced by the thymidine ribonucleoside. And cytidine monophosphate, cytidine diphosphate, cytidine triphosphate, these are the three ribonucleotides produced by the cytidine ribonucleoside. How many types of ribonucleotides are there? 12. 3, 6, 9, and 12. And how many types of ribonucleosides are there? 4. Adenosine, guanosine, thymidine, and cytidine. When large number of the ribonucleotides are joined through the phosphodiester linkage, then a single-stranded RNA molecule is produced. DNA is double-stranded, but the RNA molecules are the single-stranded molecules. My dear students, there are three types of the RNA. One is the messenger RNA or mRNA. Messenger RNA is produced from DNA through a process which is called as the transcription. So the sequence of the deoxyribonucleotides of the DNA is transcribed to the sequence of the ribonucleotides of the messenger RNA. And my dear student, this process takes place in the nucleus. The mRNA molecule which are produced, they move through nucleopores into the cytoplasm. And my dear student, each mRNA molecule has genetic code, which is basically combination of the 3 nitrogenous bases or 3 ribonucleotides. So that is why it is called as a triplet code. And each genetic code has information for one amino acid. So according to the information of the genetic codes, then the amino acids are joined together through the translation process and protein is synthesized. In this way, the DNA, which is having the information, that gives information to messenger RNA, and from the information of the messenger RNA through translation process, the protein synthesis takes place. My dear students, the second type is transfer RNA, which is also called as the tRNA. Now, transfer RNA has the function that it joins the amino acid molecule and takes the amino acid molecules to the site where the protein synthesis is taking place, mean at the ribosomes. So transfer RNA collects the amino acids which are scattered in the cytoplasm, and he makes the amino acid move from cytoplasm to the ribosomes where the protein synthesis is taking place. And my dear student, transfer RNA attaches an amino acid molecule because most of the proteins are made up of 20 different types of the amino acids. So at least 20 different types of the transfer RNA should be present in the cell, because one transfer RNA specifically can transfer only one amino acid to the site of the protein synthesis. And my dear student, transfer RNA also has sequence of 3 nitrogenous bases or 3 ribonucleotides, which is called as anticodon. So anticodon of the transfer RNA and codon of the messenger RNA, when they match with each other, then one amino acid molecule is added in the long chain of the protein. And the last one is ribosomal RNA. The ribosomal RNA provides site for the protein synthesis. So basically, the gene expression takes place through the protein synthesis. The information that DNA carries is given to the messenger RNA. That messenger RNA takes the information, and then codon and anticodon combination joins the amino acid in a long chain that is called as the protein. So DNA is basically having the information and RNA is expressing that information through the protein synthesis. That is the function of the ribonucleic acid. So it was all about the RNA. In the next lecture, we will just look into the difference between the DNA and RNA, which is a very important short answer question. Till then, take care.